Good morning and welcome to Red River Cart Adventures. This is story time. I'm your host, Teresa. This is Mason, of course.
Hello.
And today we have a very special guest, Colin Bell. And Colin is one of our MMF, LRI, that's a lot of words, big description. Let's try this again. Manitoba Métis Federation, Louis Riel Institute homeschool support teacher. Colin, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And again, like I said last week with Alan, you guys will have many different homeschool teachers that are going to be on the show for Red River Cart Adventures, as well as meet up with Mason. So welcome to our show. Let's start with our welcome song, Tasha Kia.
Okay.
May, do you want to stand up? Because
Yep.
it's good to stretch and get going. All right, let's do this.
Tape.
Ready?
Yep.
Tashe, Tashe Kia, Tashe, Tashe Kia, Tashe, Tashe Kia, Tashe Kia Nush. Allo, comment ça va? Allo, comment ça va? Allo, comment ça va? Comment ça va aujourd'hui? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today? How are you guys today?
Good.
I'm good.
Good?
Drop the
Yourself?
tape though.
That's okay. Do you want to grab it really quickly,
Yes.
Mason? And you should tie your shoe.
Yes.
So
Should.
we are going to start with Colin reading our book. So Colin, tell us about the book.
I'm just going to take off my mask if you don't mind.
Yeah, no worries. Let me move my stuff over.
Sure. So this book, today we're going to read Diary of a Worm. It's written by Doreen Cronin, and the pictures are by Harry Bliss.
Very cool. And before you start,
No, of course.
Mason, didn't we read Diary of a Spider?
Yes.
Once upon a time ago. So this is part of the Diary series. So this one is sort of the continuation of Diary of a Spider. It's
Right.
Diary of a Worm.
So it starts off, he has the report card, and he gets an A for tunneling, a B plus for dirt, B plus for gym, A for art, B minus in history, and he passes both compost and squirming. So, and then with the pictures, he has some actually pictures here where he has him and the spider, like you mentioned.
Yes.
So I guess Spider's his friend.
Yep.
The family vacation on Compost Island, his first tunnel, and his first day of school. There's some worms that are crying. That happens sometimes the first day of school.
Doesn't it?
I've seen it happen. So Diary of a Worm by Doreen Cronin, pictures by Harry Bliss. March 29th. Today I tried to teach Spider how to dig. First, all of his legs got stuck. I think I twisted one of my ankles. Then he swallowed a bunch of dirt and he's like spitting it out. And Worm just says, I give up. Tomorrow he's going to teach me how to walk upside down. March 30th. Worms cannot walk upside down. So luckily, Spider is saving Worm from falling. April 4th. Fishing season started today. We all dug deeper. So Dad says, did you guys hear something? April 10th. It rained all night and the ground was soaked. We spent the entire day on the sidewalk. Hopscotch is a very dangerous game. April 15th. I forgot my lunch today. I got so hungry I ate my homework. But his teacher's behind him, so I guess he got busted. And so the worm here says, eat all your trash, XX Mom. So my teacher made me write, I will not eat my homework 10 times. When I was finished, I ate that too. He was really hungry. He didn't have his lunch. April 20th, I snuck up on some kids in the park today. They didn't hear me coming. I wiggled up right between them, and they screamed. I love when they do that. May 1st, Grandpa taught us that good manners were very important. So today I said good morning to the very first ants I saw. Good morning. There were 600 more of them in line. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Good morning. Nice to see you. Howdy. Good morning. I stood there all day. May 8th. Had the worst nightmare last night. Giant birds playing hopscotch. Mom says I have to stop eating so much garbage right before I go to bed. May 15th. I got into a fight with Spider today. He told me you need legs to be cool. Then he ran. I couldn't keep up. Maybe he's right. May 16th. I made Spider laugh so hard he fell out of his tree. Who needs legs? May 28th. Last night I went to the school dance. You put your head in and you put your head out. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself about. That's all we could do. June 5th. Today we made macaroni necklaces in art class. I brought mine home and we ate it for dinner. Dad says, "You're very talented." June 15th. My older sister thinks she's so pretty. I told her that no matter how much time she spends looking in the mirror, her face will always just look like her rear end. Spider thought that was really funny. Mom did not. And sister thinks it's kind of funny he's getting yelled at. When I grow up, I want to be a Secret Service agent. Spider says I will have to be very careful because the president might step on me by mistake. It's a dangerous job, I told him, but someone's got to do it. July 28th. 3 things I don't like about being a worm. 1, I can't chew gum. 2, I can't have a dog. And 3, all that homework. So he's got digging and soil, compost 101. July 29th. 3 good things about being a worm. I never have to go to the dentist. No cavities. No teeth either. I never get in trouble for tracking mud through the house. Number 3, I never have to take a bath. Who's my grubby little boy? That's his. August 1st. It's not easy being a worm. We're very small and sometimes people forget that we're even here. But like Mom says, the earth never forgets we're here. And then at the end it shows some of his other pictures he put in his diary where he's being stung by a bee. He found this really cool rock, looks kind of like a baseball. And he found this a really awesome looking leaf, looks like a bit of a $20 bill. And of course his mom and dad are smooching on their anniversary. That's gross. And of course he has his fail pile of dirt and he busted in on his sister's slumber party. And he has his own comic. And that's the end.
What a great book. I love this series because it really helps you understand what a worm is or a spider. Hey? Mm-hmm. I love it. Thank you, Colin, for
you're welcome.
reading. So Colin and I are going to switch spots. And Colin and Mason are going to do the paper craft, paper earthworm. So let me switch spots with you.
Sure. Let's get around here.
All right.
All right.
Mason's got what you guys are making.
Yeah, he has the finished product.
So, it's like a paper worm.
It's a paper worm. It's like it's a puppet. Puppet paper worm.
It can touch its own butt.
Yeah. So to start off, we'll need a piece of paper. You can use any type of color you wish. Let's take the top one because it might be the easiest. Sorry, pardon my reach. So,
Mason, do you want to
You
grab
wanna
one
grab-
too?
Oh yeah.
grab
Piece.
a
I'll
piece of
take
paper.
This. Do I need a full piece of paper?
Are you guys going to share your orange?
We're going to share orange.
All right.
Okay, cool. Share your scissors.
Okay, so I would say you keep this edge, you can cut along here. That way you don't have to, you can save your paper and you already have one edge already cut out.
Ooh.
See, teacher tricks.
Very cool.
Sometimes they cut in the middle and then you have extra paper they're not going to use.
Isn't that just the way it is with kids? It's like, ooh, a piece of paper. Let's cut right in the middle instead of.
Yeah,
right
and then
from
the
edge,
whole
right?
piece of paper goes in the recycling. Kind of a bit of a,
It sometimes is smart. Sometimes though.
Yeah?
Only sometimes it's smart.
Only smart.
only smart.
Okay.
Smart. 60% of the time, it's smart all the time.
Yeah.
So cut a strip paper, and then you got to round both sides,
Oh.
because do worms have like squared off edges?
No.
Not that I've seen.
That'd be kind of neat seeing a square worm, though, wouldn't it?
I think it'd be a worm like cut in half.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Maybe half the worm might be.
Yes. Did you play with worms when you were a little boy?
Not really.
No, that's either. Have you, Mason? Played with worms?
Does this man have a childhood? Of course.
Does this man have a childhood? He does, but not everybody played in the dirt, Mason. Not like you.
If I saw them on
Okay.
the sidewalk, I'd be careful
One
not to
side.
step on them.
Yeah.
One side of it is good.
Yeah.
The other side, I don't know what I did.
But you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
cut it in half, you would have 2 worms.
Maybe someone was playing with him and he got injured.
Yes.
It's okay.
It's
Maybe-
okay.
Yeah.
Can you do both sides? All right. I'll cut this side too. Use my extra special scissor skills. I get it. Mr. Bell, can you cut this
Amazing.
for me? He's like, well, how are you going to learn if I cut it?
Yes. It's good. It's a good
fits
way
mine.
for preschoolers to learn how to use their scissors.
Yeah. Usually have
I'm just trimming them now,
Okay.
like it's a haircut. All right.
sometimes they're a little fuzzy. Okay, so now if you look at the finished product, he's kind of
Bendy.
I was gonna say the same word, bendy. So we have to fold this back and forth, kind of like an accordion.
Huh.
You played an accordion, right?
I had like a Wiggles one, if you know what that TV show is.
Oh, I've been to their concert. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so one time I was little, and I was like, hey Mom, can we go to a Wiggles concert? And she's like, no, it's too far away. So I look in the distance, I see a building, I'm like, it's right there. I didn't understand what
No.
So what I did was, sorry, Mason, I just
Yeah.
folded one over this way, but then I folded it backwards.
Yeah.
And then I turn around, I fold it this way, and I fold it backwards. And then, ta-da, we have a wiggle worm.
Very cool.
Wiggle, wiggle,
So
wiggle.
now we need to have some eyes.
Eyes?
We need to make eyes.
Give
Now,
eyes.
how else do we know which way is the front and which way is the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So Mason's grabbing googly eyes, but you of course can just draw the eyes
Sharpie,
right on there, right? So
I would draw some eyes.
And I'm going to use googly eyes, and I'm going to use tape.
okay.
You should probably use glue though, but tape works.
Yeah.
So,
Tape or glue works, absolutely. And for those that are really crafty, they could use 3D dots, and you can get the 3D dots from Walmart or Michael's or even Scrapbookers Anonymous for your paper craft needs.
I gave mine.
Oh, very
eyelashes.
cute. Look how cute his is, Mason.
give it
They're wearing
eyelashes.
the press-on eyelashes. They're going out outside later.
Very cool. So,
Oh.
Colin, with you being one of the support teachers, what is your favorite subject to teach?
Oh, my favorite subject to be would be like art.
Art, right?
Drawing and illustration, things like that.
And you'll be on Meet Up with Mason this month as well.
That's
and
right.
I can imagine, what are you guys going to talk about?
I wonder. Okay.
I'm going to add a little nose to mine.
You are? Okay.
I'm just going back over and just fixing my creases to get a more,
Sharp.
yeah. make
Very
sure you-
cool.
Oh, it's kinda
Cute.
cute.
Show everybody.
There you go.
Cute.
It's a
Whoop, I dropped mine.
orange worm. That's what I'm going to name him George.
George.
George the orange
George
worm.
the orange.
Even though nothing rhymes with orange, sadly.
Well, you give me George too, just like George Foreman's kids.
It should be
Or you can,
Georges.
oh, actually, if it's a girl, it could be Georgina.
Yeah. Or
Or
Georgia.
Georgia. I'm going to say George. We both said Jinx.
You owe me a Coke. Very
So,
cool.
What's next?
What's next, Mason?
We take straws, I think. Straws?
Yeah, you can use straws or bamboo sticks, really.
Bamboo sticks? Is this bamboo sticks?
Yeah, they are.
Is that
You can
real
even
bamboo?
use sticks from outside,
Wait,
too, if
is
you
that
really want
real
to.
bamboo?
Yeah,
Or they could be tiny wooden dowels.
dowels. Yeah,
didn't know
But bamboo stick sounds a lot more fun.
yeah.
Yes.
Sounds so
More fun
trendy.
Only
say
have 3
bamboo than
dough.
say dowel.
2.
Oh, but we have 3.
Oh, we probably are missing one. One
How
probably
can we
fell.
fix that?
Yeah.
Cut one in half.
There you go.
There you go. So cut one in half, and then you guys can share.
Like this way?
Sure.
I mean, yeah, because this way makes sense.
Yeah.
I like word too, actually.
Perfect.
All right. You can use the tall straws or the short straws.
I'll take short.
You can grab the shortest straw.
Because you're Georgie small. Oh,
gonna
Mason's
make it
measuring
even.
it to be even. Smart. There you go.
And
then
do
what
we
are you going
tape
to do?
it?
Yep.
Tape
Yep,
it?
tape it.
More tape.
Tape it on the other side where your eyes aren't.
Yeah, then it kind of hides your.
That was a
Puppets.
very bad
No, that's okay.
piece of tape. That didn't work as well as I thought it would. Boom,
All right.
bang,
And
bang.
Tape, where are you going to tape yours? In the middle?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Or on the back?
I need one more piece
The
of
back
tape.
end. I'm going to tape mine like on the back end. The eyes are on this side, so I'm going to tape on the other side. Oops, I'm showing some tape. I don't want to do that. Because that sometimes happens when you have students who are like, oh, I put it on the wrong side. It's okay. You can put it whatever side you want, really.
Yeah.
It's art, right?
You can make anything into art.
That's right.
Very good.
People have.
Yes.
I have trouble with adhesives.
Very cute.
Tape and glue are my nemesis.
Wiggly worm.
All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to
Yeah, like.
we're going to have a little story? Josh, where are you going?
The store.
You know what? I have an idea. Since you guys are done your worms, we have our song Worm Hokey Pokey.
Oh my goodness.
So you guys can actually use your worms
Oh, for sure.
for this song. And if it's the Worm Hokey Pokey, you can imagine how long this song's going to be, right?
Oh, very.
It's pretty long. Probably as long as the worm, right?
I would say.
Very long.
All right, let's sing Worm Hokey Pokey. You put your head in, you put your head out, you put your head in, and you shake it all about. You do the
hokey
pokey pokey, and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. All right, that was the end of the song. Thanks, guys, for joining
Yeah,
us.
that was amazing.
Now, you can obviously do the hokey pokey at home, but because it's the worm, can we put a worm's arm in? Do worms have arms?
I mean, these
No.
worms do.
Well, your puppet does, but they don't have arms and legs. And Colin's going to do research time in just a little bit. So I'm going to switch spots with Colin, and we're going to do activity time.
I'm excited for
I'm caught really bad.
Kind of like a worm.
Yeah.
I'm excited for activity
Perfect.
time.
All right, so Mason, let's move all the construction paper and all this stuff away. Thank you, Colin, for doing
thank
this
you.
amazing craft. I love it because it's so fun, hey? Here, let's inch our way over this way. All right, so for the activity, what we're going to do is we are going to do mud and worm dessert. Now, this is a fun dessert for the kids, and you'll see the recipe on the show, but I've kind of changed it a little bit because I don't have time to make pudding, so I went to the store and picked up snack packs.
Yes.
So, and how it's going to work is you can get, what you need for supplies is pudding, gummy worms, your favorite chocolate vanilla flavored cookie, which could be Oreos.
Why didn't we get Oreos?
Because I went to the dollar store and I like the fake stuff because it's just as good. So what I'm going to do is while I open up the pudding and then I start putting everything together, I'm going to get Mason to open up the cookies, and he's going to put probably about 10 or so or 12 in the Ziploc bag. And what Mason's going to do is he's going to crush the cookies. How fun is this? So we got to make sure that this bag is closed properly. Look at him smelling it.
It smells like,
Okay, so put your cookies in.
how many?
Lots, so probably about 12. And while Mason does that, what you need is you probably need like a bowl or a glass. We have a glass, and you could even put it in a pail. So you have a little pail of mud and worms, right? So fun. So what you're going to do is
I
you're
didn't
going
measure.
to take your glass. That's okay. So that's perfect. So what you're going to do is you're going to close the bag really good.
And then I'll start crushing it.
Yeah, just be careful of, and you can, you know what, at home you could use a rolling pin, you can use your fists. Get it nice, you want it nice and good. So this is a great activity for your kids for getting out that aggression, the emotions that sometimes we feel, especially during COVID with
Crush.
not being able to see our friends and be with our family members. So what a great way to take out some of your aggression. So while he does that, I'm going to take a pudding cup. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the pudding and the crushed up Oreo cookies or cookies, and you're going to layer it. And I'm sure that, have you ever had trifle?
I've seen it.
Trifle is a layer of cookies and cream and fruits and whipped cream and icing. And if you ever seen the episode of Friends where they kind of mess up the she messes up the recipe and she put meat and pudding and cookies and it was kind of gross. But I'm going to cheat a little
Sounds
bit.
good.
And I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to take my pudding and I'm going to put that first layer in there. So there's the first layer. So now that Mason's done a really good job getting his aggression out, we are going to take some of this stuff and I'm going to take this other spoon. And Mason, can you spoon this in here to make a layer?
Yes.
And while you do that, I'm going to open up another pudding cup. Now, I just want to let you guys know how hard it is not to lift this. And my first thing is to do this. But I won't do that because that's not very nice to do on TV, right, Colin? Yeah. So I'm going to stick them together. So there's your second layer right there. So what comes next, Mason? Another pudding. And if you guys can see, Mason is ready to take out his aggression again. He's sealed the bag again to crush up those cookies even more. And if you see, they kind of look like mud, right?
Mud.
All right, go ahead.
More?
Yep, we need some more. And it's very hard for me not to go like this too, so just letting you guys know. Can't be doing that.
Still good.
Perfect. Yep, that's okay. It's a messy but fun way of, yeah, maybe one more scoop, Mason. And then I'll do one more scoop and then one more scoop of yours. And this could be a really fun birthday activity that you could do with your kids. Instead of having cake, let's say, you could do something like this as something different for your kids. Sorry, I'm making a bit of a mess here. And now, yep, keep going all the way. I think that looks like messy mud.
There we go, messy mud.
And it's totally dirt, so of course we want to make sure we add
Some of the worms.
our worms.
This
Would you
one-
like a worm, Colin?
Oh, for sure, I'll put a worm.
And there you have it, your dessert, our little mud and worm dessert. And it doesn't have to be Halloween to eat this, it could be any time, but you can see all the beautiful layers that we did. How fun. Mason, I'll let you have that. So, well, Mason kind of looks at his worm dessert first thing in the morning. We are going to sing another quick song, and you guys know this tune because we sing it often. It's the tune to I'm a Little Métis or I'm a Little Teapot, but it's I'm a Little Worm. Are you ready? Can you stand up? Maybe we can create the actions as we go. So it goes,
Boom.
I'm a little worm, look at me, wiggling around because I'm free. I make flowers pretty for you to see, even though you can't see me. That's it for the song. Yeah, it's all about the
singing
worm.
I've done in years.
Well, thank you for singing with us. So, knowing that, we are going to pass it on to Colin, and we'll sit down. And Colin, you can sit down too for research time. And what do you think we're researching about?
I don't know, maybe
Spiders?
cats.
Cat. I made that mistake before, didn't I?
Yep.
All right, it's on you, Colin.
Okay, so of course we're talking about worms today. So if you want to research about worms, the thing is, if you look at a worm, right? I'll grab one. Pretend worm. Worm has no arms, no legs, or eyes. So you can always research. Well, how do they get around? How do they know how they get around? How do they move? And Mason, did you know that there's like 2,700 different kinds of
Ooh.
earthworms?
That's a lot of different.
That's a lot of worms.
That's a lot of worms. And that's just like different kinds of worms. So some live in the sea. Some actually I had a worm on me the other day, or not the other day, but a few months ago I was in Birds Hill. I had a worm on my leg.
Oh, really?
A leech.
Oh, yeah. I guess a leech would be
Yeah,
a worm.
leeches.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happens that too. Also, there's interesting thing about earthworms. The span of they can live up to 6 years.
Wow.
So if you want a pet, not for very long, but for
6 years.
6 years, I mean that'd take you to graduating almost, right?
Yeah.
So,
True.
of course. And we're talking about the layers in the cup. Worms
being
tunnel
university.
deeply in the soil. And then they
it
bring what's called subsoil closer to the surface, and they mix it with like topsoil. Yeah. So you're talking about layers in your pudding.
Yes.
Layers in that. And the last really interesting thing might gross somebody out, but maybe not. If you like worms, it won't be something might be really cool. The largest earthworm ever found was in South Africa, and it measured 22 feet from the tip of its nose to the tip of its tail.
Earthworm?
An earthworm.
That is big. That's
I mean,
huge.
22
This is like a regular earthworm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
like
a little
regular.
longer.
Can you imagine? Just think 22 feet. What would you compare that to, Colin? 22 feet. What
The
would you?
tallest person in the world
About
was
us, I
like,
suppose.
Yeah.
tallest person in the world was like 8 feet.
Yeah, it's just over 8 feet.
9.
So if I'm about 6 feet, that's like 3 more of me,
Yep.
plus maybe like a mason. Well, almost a mason.
So can you guys imagine them standing on top of each other, a mason at the
Almost
top?
5 feet.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
a-
not sure how
5
thick
feet.
it was,
Yeah.
but it was that long.
Wow, that's pretty big. Well, thank you for research
Oh,
time.
you're welcome.
So now we're going to go to the Michif words of the day, and the first word is earthworm. So let's listen to Norman as he says earthworm.
Okay.
L'hiver de terre. I'll play it one more time. L'hiver de terre. So the next one is mud, because of course, where do earthworms like to be? In the mud.
Like these ones.
Yeah.
But these are
Mason eats
gummy.
all the worms.
They're so good.
I know.
I
'Kay.
recommend these gummies.
Here is mud. La boue. La boue.
Naboo.
I like that one. And the last one is crawl, because I guess earthworms, they inch their way, but would you say crawl?
Yeah, crawl.
Crawl would be the best word to
Earthworms are
describe
more-
it?
are crawly.
Or inch.
Let's look up crawl. So crawl is Penetawachimo.
Pimitashimo?
Oh, very good. Here, you do it one more time. Penetawachimo. Very good, you guys. How fun to learn about the worms. So
Very fun.
we can't forget about the book winner. Can
I
you
say?
show everybody the book winner? And yes, you can definitely say who the book winner is. Colin will hold the book up, but before we announce it, let's do a drum roll. Ready? And the winner is,
Maxwell Nabez?
yeah. How old is he?
He's 9.
9 years old.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Good book.
I hope you
Excellent
guys
book.
have enjoyed this amazing book. I love this series, and I hope you guys have time to make your paper worms, your dessert. What a fun activity to do in an afternoon, hey?
Great day to learn about worms.
Exactly. Thank you, Colin,
Right,
for
thank you.
joining us.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next time on River Ricard Adventure Storytime. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.